Hey guys, Charles Shark Reviews here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Legacy United Deluxe Class Cosmos. So here he is in his UFO alt mode, and before we take a look at Cosmos himself, let's take a look at the packaging. So here it is right here, and so on the front here we have Cosmos in his, spaceship, UFO, whatever you want to call it, alt mode. And also right down here, about Cosmos on the top. Got the Legacy United logo. On this side, we have robot mode artwork of Cosmos. So there's that and that. This side, we have half of the main art for Legacy United. 40 years of Transformers, even though that was last year. Let's see, 19 steps to convert. Get some product shots right here. Robot mode, alt mode, and just all this right down here. And then here's the bottom. Not really a whole lot, and that's essentially it for the packaging. So, let's bring Cosmos right back into frame. Now, before y'all ask, hey, wait a minute, Jaws, wasn't there a Cosmos like 3 years ago? And yes, there was. And in fact, is the exact same figure as this right here. So basically, the whole story in short is that 3 years ago, 2022, it was around the summer, so it wasn't quite fully 3 years yet, but you get the point. So anyways, Hasbro and Walmart teamed up to have, in the first year of Legacy, these like Velocitron line figures. I think it was like Velocitron Speedy 500, or Speedy 500 collection. It was this awfully long title, but so they had a bunch of, like, it was mostly repaint and stuff, but they had a few new original molds, and by a few, it was really just two. It was this guy, and I think, was it Override from Cybertron? And that was it in terms of new molds. I mean, the other figures of appeal were the IDW Blur they had, and then the Robots in Disguise 2001 Scourge. But, those were slight remolds. The problem is that a lot of those figures, especially Cosmos, were like extremely hard to find, even here in the United States. So, never found them. And I thought, I'm like, well, I guess I'll never be able to get them. Flash forward a few years later, Hasbro announced the final wave of Legacy United, which is Wave 5. And it's pretty much just a catch-up wave of some sorts. It's like they're re-releasing old figures and then repainting some other ones. Like they have the Armada Wheeljack, which I've seen. I haven't gotten them yet, but I've seen them. But it's mostly just repackaging. Like they have this guy, Earthrise Ramjet, I think. Yeah, Ramjet. And then I think the Galaxy Shuttle one. I forgot, it was a leader class. And and Origin Bumblebee. So basically, just a repack wave. But hey, I don't mind. It's good for everyone to catch up on the figures they never were able to get to, which is good on Hasbro's part for making these exclusives. But luckily this time it's a mass retail release, so hopefully everyone who didn't find it like me back in 2022 can get them right now. But anyways, after all that blabbering on, let's take a look at Cosmos himself right here, UFO mode. And I dig it. It's it's finally a properly cartoon accurate Cosmos, at least in the main line. And I'm 100% sure that we still haven't gotten a masterpiece version of Cosmos. But here it is. You get silver right up here, blue and silver kind of throughout. And some stripes right here too. You could see a faux head on the top. This is not actually this head, unlike some of the previous releases where you just had to push it down. With this, you just flip it around, but they still left that in just to be an homage to both the cartoon and the original toy. So that's nice. And yeah, here's the back side. Not really a whole lot going on. I mean, you get some dark green paint down here and here for the thrusters, and then like a stripe right around here, and then also on the rim up here as well. Here's the bottom, a whole lot of yellow, which is, you know, mostly hidden on top, but that's where it all goes. So yeah, that's pretty much it. No real. Yeah, I mean, he doesn't roll or anything, obviously, because he's a space shuttle, or not space shuttle, but just a UFO, little spacecraft, and not, you know, something with wheels. But you know, that's fine. You know, it's not like the G1 version. I think they put wheels on that. So yeah. Oh, and I just noticed too, there's little ports right here for so you can put blast effects there for his cannons. They're pretty small cannons, but those are cannons. Rest assured. So yeah, now anyways, for the accessories, he does come with a gun. Kind of a lame looking gun. I mean, it's just that there's a big old hole there, and there's a reason for that, at least. And then here's this side. It's kind of like in this sort of olive green plastic. It's, you know, pretty bare bones, but he does come with a checkered flag, which I think is I mean, it has to be a reference to the cartoon, because otherwise like, even then I still don't know what the context of him having a checkered flag would be, you know, because that's usually related to, you know, like race, you know, like boxcar racing and stuff, you know, and not space shuttles. I guess it's just an irony thing. And yeah, there's a little paint scuffing, but that was actually already there when I got them out of the box. So yeah, so anyways, you can attach this right off to the side. I think right here. Let me see. I forgot how the box has it. Yes, or I think they have it like this. Yeah. So you can attach it right there. And you could store it, I think, right back here. Yeah, there's a hole right there, as you can see. And I'll just plug in right there. Not the cleanest storage, you know, but it'll do. I don't think there's anywhere else you can place it. It looks like you can up here, but these are just tabs for roll-up mode, so yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it for that. Let me just take that off. And yeah, so anyways, now for the alt mode size comparisons. Here is with the Titans Return version. Well, technically this was released in Thrilling 30 originally, this mold right here, but I got in Titans Return. I wasn't really collecting around the time of Thrilling 30, but it came, you know, with Cosmos, and then I think, you know, it came with like a little mini cons. This one, you know, didn't have that. But okay, so we'll say it's a Thrilling 30 / Titans Return Cosmos, and then here is with the current one, the Legacy one. And yeah, night and day. I mean, this doesn't look bad. I think it has a cool kind of look, you know. You got like a fin right here, and like little spikes on the sides. So I'd say that's cool, and I like the little cannons on the bottom. But this looks more correct, you know. And by the way, I do have the G1 Cosmos. I just it's somewhere in storage. I forgot where it's at, so I'm not gonna bother digging through all that today. So yeah. So that's it for the alt modes. So yeah, let's get right down to the transformations. So starting off, you just want to untab the arms from the sides here, just like that. And then, oop, that was not supposed to happen. Here, come on. Here, I'll pause for a second. I got that fixed. So anyways, yeah, just kind of move this right here. And you're just going to flip up these yellow panels. Let's get this all in the way. There we go. And then next, just flip down the legs and kind of move this all forward right here. As you can see there, it's pretty bright, but Alright, so right here there's a tab, if you can see it. It's a little hard to see. And you just want to get into this top slot right here, the slimmer one. And that should click into place, there you go. So next, you just want to separate the legs, and just kind of bring these down. There you go, like that. And then you're just going to swing around this piece right here as the cannon on it, and that should slide right in. It's there. So congratulations, you've made yourself some heel spurs. Hooray! But yeah, so now for the other leg, move that up, swing that around, tap that in, and there we go. So now we got the legs done. So let's continue on with the upper half. So yeah, then you're just going to want to here, push this down right here, and then this should flip around. It's a little, there you go. Hopefully it doesn't ship the paint someday. But there you go, so just flip that around, and now you have his actual head. So yeah, flip that in, and push this out right here. There you go, and then you can rotate this all around like that. And there's a tab right there that will go in that slot. And there we go. Now for the final steps, just bring down this right here. There's like this yellow, sort of a yellow hole kind of thing. And then we'll just go around the screen tab, the one we were talking about earlier. And it doesn't stay on perfectly in there, but it kind of clicks in. There we go. And last but not least, probably the most obvious one at this point, you just want to flip out the fists, and there you go. So there you guys have Cosmos in his out of this world robot mode. I'm never gonna say that again because that sounds really cringy, but who cares? It's just, you know, it's just a pun. Who gives a you know what? But so yeah, there he is. And yeah, he looks fantastic. But yeah, anyways, let's get a close-up look here at the head sculpt. Really nice, you know. And you can tell it's our old dear friend Cosmos was with me saying all these cringe sayings. But yeah, you can see nice sculpting here on the arms, the front of the arms. I mean, all around really, but you know, we didn't get a good look at this before. So here it all is. And I like right here too that these kind of create almost like hot rod sort of cannons. So there's three, like in the alt mode there's only two, but now there's six, you know, three on each hand. I think that's cool, so you can go pew 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 if you wanted to. And yeah, there's the feet. Not a whole lot new that we've seen from the alt mode, but still, you know, worth checking out. He has a little bit of a backpack, but you know, I'm very certain that the original cartoon one did as well. So yeah, I mean, even if it didn't, it makes sense for a transformable Cosmos figure. Yeah, so yeah. Now anyways, articulation, head's on the ball joint, so you can rotate it side to side. You can tilt it around however you like. You can move up this far, and then down that far. There you go. I mean, he's really just looking into his chest, but you know, at least you can still look down. You can pretend he is looking at the floor if you want to. Shoulders. Nope. Whoops. See, I told you that it clicks in place, but it doesn't really stay in there. You just have to keep this down. But once you do that, yeah, shoulders can rotate a full 360 degrees. The biceps can move in and out right there, about high that much. And then he does have a bicep swivel. It's kind of it's sort of between the elbow and the bicep, but you have that going on. Speaking of the elbow, he does get a about perfect 90-degree bend right there. The wrists do not swivel, but they can move in and out. That's kind of a leftover from the transformation. But still, he does have a waist swivel. The legs can kick up this far, back that far, and if you want to move the skirt pieces to the side, you can get about that much movement outwards. So, yeah. Thighs do swivel, knees do bend, ankles do pivot, and the feet, they can't move back and forth, unfortunately, but, you know, for a deluxe class, it's good enough. It's just good enough. But yeah, so that's it for their articulation. You know, just getting back in his accessories. I'm not sure how you really describe it, because I mean, you know, this gun right here isn't complete without the checkered flag. But yeah, so you can have him, you know, holding it like this, but or you can have him, you know, waving it like an actual flag, like this. So you can say, "Hey, welcome to the race." I'm not sure. You know what? I think the reason why he has is because this was originally released as part of the Velocitron 500 or Speedia 500 collection. Whatever it was called. I think I got it right, but it's just god awfully long name. But it was kind of like, you know, Velocitron. For those who don't know, it's basically a planet filled with racing. So, you know, it's pretty much known for that. That's about it. That's all I know it for, you know. So yeah, or again, it could just be a coincidence. I can't really say for sure, but yeah. So anyways, now for the robot mode size comparisons. Here he is with the Thrilling 30 / Titan's Return Cosmos. And again, you know, while this wasn't a bad design, I mean, while the legs look pretty goofy, I mean, I quite dig the design. I think it's supposed to be based off of his IDW design, which would make sense because a lot of the designs from Thrilling 30 are based off of, you know, the IDW comics designs for the characters. But you know, in terms of being a proper G1 Cosmos, this one by far takes the cake, and you can't say otherwise. Because I mean, does this resemble this? Heck no. I mean, yeah. But you know, but it is up to you to determine which figure you like better. But in terms of being G1 accurate, hands down, it's a fact, not even just an opinion. It's literally just a fact. I'm not even one of those guys, but you know, you gotta admit, this represents G1 Cosmos better than this. So, just saying. Yeah, so that's pretty much it there for the robot mode size comparisons. And there you guys have my review for the Transformers Legacy United Deluxe Class Cosmos. And yeah, definitely, you know, a very, very solid figure. You know, if you ever stop by your local store or something, you know, toy store, you know, I'd highly recommend getting him. I didn't find this at a Target or a Walmart or anything like that. I found from a, you know, more kind of, I mean, not necessarily local to my location, but still in the part of the state I live in. It was like at a smaller business toy shop, and it's, I was surprised to find this guy there. I saw him, I saw Wheeljack, or my Wheeljack, Origin Bumblebee, you know, Ramjet, you know, all those figures, I saw him there. But I knew definitely this guy was on the top of my list, because I mean, I needed a new mainline Cosmos really badly. Because I mean, if you know, if the best I got is that Titan's Return one, then I'm like, yeah, I don't know about that. But yeah, overall, very solid figure. I'd say it's a good like 8 or 9 out of 10. Fantastic. You know, the only complaints I have are, I guess, I wish, you know, he had a wrist swivel, which, you know, you could say that's a little impossible considering how, you know, the hand folds out, but then again, you have some other figures that can do that too, you know. I mean, granted, those are more like Voyager, Lear scale figures with bigger budgets, but, you know, it could be done. It wouldn't hurt, you know, any extra couple of dollars for Hasbro's budget. Just saying. But, I guess, you know, he's got these big gaps around his wrists, but, yeah, you know, that's a little forgivable, I guess. So yeah, anyways, guys, make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment, share for more, and comment down below what you guys think of this figure. So, anyways, guys, as always, Talal, R1.